In this video, we're going to discuss how you could convert between different units. Let's say inches to feet, or inches to centimeters, or miles to kilometers. The first way we're going to look at is the easiest way, using the calculator, but unfortunately it's only going to work for very basic problems. The next way we're going to look at is using the factor label method, which is used when we have to convert something into different units that requires more than one step. Using the calculator, it's very easy to do. Let's say we wanted to convert 3 miles into feet. What we would do is press the apps button and scroll down to 0. Sci tools or science tools, press enter. Press any key, so you can press enter again. Scroll down to 2, unit converter. And now we have different options. We can either convert a length, an area, a volume, time, temperature, velocity, mass, force or weight, pressure, energy or work, power, or science prefixes. So the one that we're going to use is length, miles to feet. Those are both lengths. We're going to click enter over 1. And we're converting 3 miles into feet. So the first thing we're going to do is go to the miles. MI is for miles. We're going to type a 3 and then enter. Now we have 3 miles and there's an arrow, which tells us that the calculator is converting it to. Then we're scrolling up to feet and clicking enter. And the calculator just converted us into feet. So 3 miles, they tell us, becomes 1.584 E for feet. What does that E mean? It means 1.584 times 10 to the 4th. It's scientific notation. And it's telling us that we have to move this decimal place 4 places to the right. Let's say we would just leave it how it is and ignore the scientific notation. It wouldn't make any sense. How could it be that 3 miles is only 1.5 feet? So this is telling us that we have to move our decimal place 4 places to the right. 1, 2, 3, and then we're adding another space. So 15840 feet. So in 3 miles, there are 15,840 feet. Let's look at another example. Let's say we wanted to convert 6 square centimeters into square inches. So this time we're going to use area. So let's go back there. We're going to do quit. We're going to go down to area. We're over the square centimeters. We're going to type a 6 and enter. Then we're going to go to square inches and press enter. The calculator tells us that 6 square centimeters is converted to 9.3 E negative 1. This means 9.3 times 10 to the negative 1. Since we have a negative exponent in the scientific notation, it means that we're moving the decimal place to the left instead of to the right. So this becomes 0.93. So this is 0.93 square inches. So in 6 square centimeters, there's less than 1 square inch. That's how we would do it easily if we only have to do one conversion. Let's say we have to do more than one conversion. Let's look at a past region question. This is question number 26 from the January 2017 Algebra 1 Regent. A typical marathon is 26.2 miles. Alan averages 12 kilometers per hour when running in marathons. Determine how long it would take Alan to complete a marathon to the nearest tenth of an hour, and justify your answer. So let's see what we know. We know that a marathon is 26.2 miles. And we know that Alan can average 12 kilometers per hour when running marathons. So Alan has 12 kilometers per hour. And we want to know how long would it take Alan to complete a full marathon, which is 26.2 miles. The problem is that his rate is in kilometers per hour, and we want to find how long it would take him if he's running miles. So before we do anything, we need to convert the 26.2 miles into kilometers. But instead of converting that to kilometers and then multiplying it by the conversion factor, 12 kilometers per hour, we're going to do it all in one step. We're going to do 26.2 miles times our first conversion factor. The first thing we know is that we want to cancel out this miles and turn it into kilometers, because Alan's rate is in kilometers per hour. And on the reference sheet that you'll be given with your Regent, it will say there are 1.609 kilometers in 1 mile. So this you do not need to memorize. It's something that you'll be given on your Regent. So we could write 1.609 kilometers in 1 mile. And then miles and miles are going to cancel out.
Just like when we have the same number in the numerator or denominator of a fraction, they cancel out. Also, when we have the same units in a fraction, the numerator and the denominator, they cancel out.
Then we have what we need in kilometers, and now we can multiply by what we know. We know that Alan could run 12 kilometers in 1 hour. And why did I put kilometers on the bottom? Because now I could cancel out the kilometers and the kilometers. You could only cancel out top to bottom. So now I could cancel out kilometers and kilometers, and I'm left with the units that I need, which are hours. And now all we have to do is multiply everything in the numerator and multiply everything in the denominator, and I'll be left with a fraction. So let's do it on the calculator. 26.2 times 1.609 times 1 is 42.1558 over 1 times 12 is 12. Now all we need to do is divide this number by 12. And we need to round this to the nearest tenth of an hour. So it'll take him 3.5 hours to run the marathon. And notice that we know that we have the right answer because we have the right units. We were left with hours over here, and we needed our answer to be in hours. So the method of factor label is using different factors multiplied by each other so that we end up with the units that we want. So we started out with something that we were given, 26.2 miles. The first thing we need to do is find a conversion factor to use to cancel out the miles and give us kilometers. But we didn't really want kilometers, we really wanted hours. So we use another conversion factor to cancel out the kilometers and give us our answer in hours.